I see from past and creating active content from past 2.5 years. And I see from the point we started creating content, there was no one creating content. People never thought you can create, people were very, at initial stage, I remember architects and interior designers were angry why you're sharing information. I used to get comments, why you're sharing information to users, why they'll come to us now. Eventually, when it grows, people realize it is important to share and tell about your things, and only people will understand, and they'll come to you. Now, I've seen so many people doing it in their regular basis. Now they are promoting, telling that we know this, we have done this project. People are connecting to them online. Architects and interior designers never market themselves in a right way. They are very bad in marketing. But eventually, and they can say architect, there are a lot of people who say, like I remember when you were in college, I saw an interior designer board. There was a discussion in our college that was happening that an interior designer or architect cannot put a board or a
I
voting.
think there is a limit of 5-6 inches maximum. Such are the guidelines.
Guideline, and no, anyone can practice architecture without being a.
Yeah.
So there's a that explain. Well, I think, but digital breaks that guidelines, or digital breaks everything up. So basically, people are enabling other people to bet online. That is fine to Indian government, but designers marketing themselves and getting work is wrong. I feel very opposed of it. So if you are good at marketing and if you are good at problem solving, it is doable for anyone to replicate what we did in our design practice. Architects focuses more on unnecessary tasks in their life.
For
They
example,
just very much on line weight. They focuses very much on dimensioning, and they focuses very much on how the text sizes are, fonts are, and asking people to do unnecessary shit in their office.
right.
I hate drafting. I hate wasting time. I hate wasting single minute for anyone. So I always ask everyone to find a easier way and faster way to do repetitive work. I hate repetitive work.
Okay.
If that work is repetitive and you cannot eliminate it, give it out. Don't do it. Do something meaningful. Thought provoking. Think. I'm not hired hands, I have hired minds.
What tools do you use other than Infernia, which are not in every architecture office?
WhatsApp business, but we are actively on WhatsApp business, but it is not a very, very good tool to handle this project, but we are doing that. I think everyone is creating group, but the scale is very big with us. Zoho we are doing, Zoho projects, Zoho invoice, Zoho quotation. Zoho ke काफी सारे we are using to track our projects, give billings, quotations, and it is very fast because you have to create 10, 15 quotations at least every day. Because there's so many calls coming in every day, minimum 20 your appointments and the different calls. So yeah, we have to create a lot of quotations. So for that, we created a system. Then we use Google Sheets a lot, like anything. Google Sheets is very important to us. Then we have different sort of video editing softwares that we use. Simple being in Shorts, VN, the long show format videos for video editing. There'll be more, I don't remember. Captions AI is one app that we are using, many chats. There's a lot of tools. I believe in tools a lot. I believe what tools can do. If you give your team tools, the UT is going to go 100x. Chat GPT is something that everyone use in our office, like anything. अगर chat सबसे पहली चीज हम अपने ऑफिस में आते chat GPT सिखाते हैं किसी को.
Why? What is?
Chat GPT makes that person God. Because
In what sense?
in every sense, everyone in our office has to use Chat GPT. If they're not using it, I'll fire them.
Okay.
Even Chat GPT, for example, if you're a designer and you have a question, if you GPT open, you just ask it, the Chat GPT will respond.
Okay. So the same question and answer goes to the servicing fitting.
Someone is not very good at English. So direct a message for a client, they'll paste at ChatGPT and ask it to make it better grammatically, spelling wise, structure wise, tone wise, and then copy paste it to the client.
Okay. So find hiring and retaining difficult.
With me, retaining is not difficult. Everyone is happy. But location wise, I'm facing a lot of issues. Even hiring, we are getting.
But work remotely, no? Then
But remotely, there are certain tasks you cannot do remotely.
like
Like culture.
okay.
You have to have a culture where you're connected to people. We are not computers. So we are humans and we need humans. And with humans only, you can develop a culture and also communicate your values and build a company. We are not focused on our what's. कि आज हम क्या कर रहे हैं हो सकता है कि कल हम प्रोजेक्ट लेना बंद कर दें there's a possibility we don't even take a single project. So I'm open to that as well. We might be doing something even bigger impactful. So we are not very focused on our what's, we are focused on our why. And why में सबसे पहला आता है कि खुद की लाइफ बेहतर बनाओ, फिर दूसरा आता है अपने साथ वालों की लाइफ बेहतर बनाओ, और फिर तीसरा आता है कि जिनके लिए काम कर रहे हो उनकी लाइफ बेहतर बनाओ. तो जो साथ वाले हैं उनका साथ रहना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है ग्रो करने के लिए.
So we are saying a certain amount of your company is working remotely and rest of them are working with you.
Which
Like
team always is going to be with us.
and 50 by your team
15 minutes.
becomes a problem when you have to hire for 40.
And
Largely because of location.
because if the location barriers goes out, and if we post that we are hiring, at least 100 people will apply. Retain.
Okay. Any other challenges in working remotely?
Like if you can specify, because challenges I can speak about anything. You are, if you specify the question, I'll be able to answer in a correct manner because I can specify a lot of things.
First is the tooling. Second, I was asking in the beginning, how do you design road thing? Then third would be wherever physical intervention is needed. For example, site visits, meeting a client.
Sometimes in terms of execution, if the contractor is very rigid, then we face problems. But our clients are very connected to us. So they're very sure about us. Then they push themselves in going virtual. They are supportive.
Basically, आपको वो तो चाय की ठंडी है.
So basically, clients जब supportive होते हैं, तो जैसे for example, yesterday I was having a call and contractor said कि सर आप साइट पे आ जाते तो अच्छा होता, और मैंने हंस दिया. And client बोले नहीं नहीं वो सर नहीं है, बात कर लो फोन. वांगी तो हम डिस्कस. So clients are very supportive. And they are, because they know what value we are going to provide, and they also know where we are not going to be there and how that things are going to be. So we communicate in a very right manner that, okay, we will be there. So for example, in terms of site, so project chalu hota, so we have a bootstrap meeting where we talk to all the contractors. We give all the drawings. We ask them to validate. Even if we say कि ये difference हो रहा है, दिक्कत हो रहा है, तो we update it and send it. क्या होता है कि एग्जैक्ट डिजाइन इंक्लूड वो होता है, जैसा हमने डिजाइन किया है वो वैसा ही एग्जैक्ट बनता है. जब आप ऑन साइट काम कर, क्या होता है, आप साइट में जाते हैं, क्लाइंट्स चीजें तो से चेंज दैट, फिर चेंज दैट. सो डिजाइन इज समथिंग एंड एग्जीक्यूशन इज समथिंग एल्स. सो विद डज इट एवर द केस, व्हाट वी डिजाइन, लेट्स डू इट इन सीरीज. You want different color options, see that. You want different size, see that. You want different internals, see that. Take a call here. So you don't waste your money, you don't waste your time, you don't waste your resources. And whatever we are going to execute is going to be exactly the same. So basically, we have experienced it. When you were used to take physical projects, you were not executing in this good manner that you are executing in an online system. Because even we are selecting the final laminates code with the company code and giving it to the client, you have to buy this only. Yet not our clients 15 times to the market and selecting just the laminates, and we all don't know how it is going to look after getting applied. So with us, client knows everything. Clients transparent.
Optimization, creating specific systems, delivering the best value. Like
Sometimes designers get stuck in this mindset, like if we are not physical, if we are not talking to the client, meeting the clients in physical, will not be able to create good designs. It is barrier in your own mind.
And so how do you make sure things keep running smoothly in your absence?
Creating a good culture.
Organization at your top.
Creating pictures. And there were times I'm not in my office. My team is very supportive. Taken responsibility, whatever person has is playing role. We do the same for them as well.
What are the divisions of these responsibility? Like
Design divisions, you have sales, procurement, customer communication, freelancer management, content, video editing.
It's not a single project. A person is handling entirely.
I know. It's not like bigger companies who give project to one person and just forgets. No. I'm involved in almost every project.
At the design level.
Not just in the designing. I trust my designers. So basically, this is also a very big thing that architects and interior designer fails to understand. They think they have to be there and design every project by their own.
Okay.
And not give the liberty to other designers to design and freedom to design and execute. So I've pushed myself back. It's not like I design every project and you do the rest. I'm also there in the design process. I'm also there in the execution process. I'm also there in structure process. So my role in this company is a problem solver. I just see people who are working here and help them in being better. That's do.